William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. England's genius. 1. Why do we study Shakespeare? Because his plays are the greatest literary texts of all times. They express a profound knowledge of human behavior. They transmit universal values applicable to all people at all times. Performer, culture and literature. 1. Why do we study Shakespeare? Because he is a great poet. His plays are full of memorable passages of poetry. He is the most quoted, most translated of any author on earth. Performer, culture and literature. 2. Studying Shakespeare. Students who have studied Shakespeare have a wider view of the world in general, have a broader view of important historical events, can grasp the concepts of character, plot, universal truth more easily, have a greater understanding of human nature, greed, faithfulness, love, power, honesty, popularity, danger, ambition, self-sacrifice. Performer, culture and literature. 3. Shakespeare's life. Born in Stratford-upon-Avon, on 23rd of April 1564. Attended the local grammar school from the age of 7 to 13. Married Anne Hathaway when he was 18. In 1592 he went to London. He was actor and playwright. Was supported by a private patron, the Earl of Southampton. Performer, culture and literature. 3. Shakespeare's life. He became a shareholder and the main playwright of the most successful company of actors in London, the Lord Chamberlain's Men. His company built the Globe Theatre. Recognized as a genius in his own time. Performer, culture and literature. 3. Shakespeare's life. In 1610 he retired from the theatre. In 1613 the Globe Theatre burnt down. He died in 1616, near his birthday, April 23, at the age of 52. He was buried in Stratford, in Holy Trinity Church. Shakespeare lost much money but was still wealthy. He helped rebuild the Globe Theatre. Performer, culture and literature, atmosphere, character, and intrigue. 4. The language genius. Visual words for theatre audiences through language. New words and phrases we still use today. He created. He employed. Irony, imagery, rhythm and other literary devices. He established. Atmosphere, character, and intrigue. Performer, culture and literature. 5. The comedian disguise, frustrated love, mistaken identity. Marital and romantic misunderstandings. Shakespeare's comedies include. They end in multiple marriages. They trace the passage of young people out of their parents' control and into marriage. Performer, culture and literature. Shakespeare's comedies. 5. The comedian. Shakespeare's comedies. 1592 The Comedy of Errors, The Two Gentlemen of Verona. 1593 A Love's Labour's Lost. 1593 to 1594 The Taming of the Shrew. 1595 A Midsummer Night's Dream. 1596 The Merchant of Venice. 1598 Much Ado About Nothing. 1599 The Merry Wives of Windsor, As You Like It. 1601 Twelfth Night. 1602 Troilus and Cressida, All's Well That Ends Well. 1604 Measure for Measure. 1608 Pericles. 1610 Cymbeline. 1611 The Winter's Tale, The Tempest. Performer, culture and literature. In Greek and Latin classical tragedies. 6. The tragic playwright. In Greek and Latin classical tragedies. In Shakespeare, the protagonist acts against inexorable destiny. The action is limited to one place and one day. The turning point is where the goals of the tragic hero seem within reach. Real balance between fate and human choices, based on characters' flaws. Human beings in control of their own destiny. Shakespeare freely breaks the rule of place and time unities. The catastrophe at the end spells disaster for the tragic hero, responsible for his own fall, although his plan was noble. Performer, culture and literature. 6. The tragic playwright Shakespeare's tragedies 1593 Titus Andronicus. 1595 Romeo and Juliet. 1599 Julius Caesar. 1601 Hamlet. 1604 Othello. 1605 King Lear. 1606 Macbeth. 1606 Antony and Cleopatra. 1607 Timon of Athens. 1609 Coriolanus. Performer, culture and literature. 7. The historian Shakespeare's history plays. Based on serious records like the Tudors Chronicles, and the civil wars between the houses of York and Lancaster, gave a portrait of the nation as a whole. Were part of a process by which people came to see themselves as belonging to England rather than to families, households or local lords. Performer, culture and literature. 7. The historian. Shakespeare's history plays are divided into two tetralogies, equals a group of 4 plays. Henry VI, Parts 1, 2 and 3, 1590 to 1592, and Richard III, 1592 to 1593. Richard II, 1595 to 1596, Henry IV, Parts 1 and 2, 1597 to 1598, and Henry V, 1598 to 1599. Performer, culture and literature.